Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is a very exciting video. It's a palette I've been so excited to get into. We're going to do a first impressions of the Oden'S Norns palette from the Norns collection, the big palette, this big bad boy. This is a little grungy dream with colour, jewel tones, just a bit of everything, like so many different textures to play with in here. Oden'S really put all their textures in this palette to show off what they can make, and I'm so excited. So my only one little gripe with this palette, small thing, I wish there was like maybe 2 more mattes in it. That's my only thing with it, because there is only 4 mattes technically. There's 1 satin, there is 2 kind of satin metallics, and then there's a couple of duochromes, chunkier kind of shadows, normal metallics, foil shades, and multi-chromes as well. And it's literally everything in this palette. But I do wish there was maybe 2 more mattes, swap out maybe 1 or 2 shades for 2 mattes. But I think with the black being there, you have a good bit of option. You can darken whatever kind of look you want to use. I'm going to pop up the swatches as I am talking here as well. I feel like it's such an interesting kind of color story. It's why I want to do a 3 looks 1 palette with this, because I have so many ideas now with this. And the bottom row down here is just so, I don't know how to describe it, like fantasy shimmers, everything like that. Then you've got more grungy shades. The shade Dazed, the like really beigey sort of looking one, is one of my favorite shades so far in the palette, because it's so weird and I just think it's so nice. You'll see it in this look that I use. I use it to blend out the brown. It's just really odd and really weird, and you'll see it in the up close pictures as well on my Instagram. You can kind of go mermaid style, you can go more plummy style. I kind of have a bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a play around with it. I can't wait to really get into this palette. Just before we get into the actual tutorial for this look, my Instagram is linked down below, where I'll be posting all the up close pictures of this look, full face pictures and up close eye pictures. Also, my TikTok is down below. Go follow both of them. TikTok, I do some fun random things on that down there. So without further ado, without me rambling anymore, because I will continue, you guys probably already know that I like to ramble, let's get into the actual tutorial to recreate this look. Okay guys, so this is going to be the first time using the Norns palette from Oden'S. I am so excited, and I'm definitely going to be doing a 3 looks 1 palette with this, because I just have too many ideas with this color story. I am obsessed. I cannot wait to dive in. What I'm feeling today are these 2 right here, because see this one? Magical. Absolutely magical. And then it reminds me of the formula that's in the Saga of Freya Cat's Breath palette from Oden'S, so that kind of formula, so I have to use that. I'm also going to use green Chameleon as well, because it's like a duochrome. Is it a multi-chrome? I don't know, we'll find out together. And what else am I going to do? A bit of brown in the crease, and I think that's kind of all. I might use the like satin finish black here to deepen everything up, but we're just going to do might do a bit of a half cut crease using glitter primer, that kind of jazz. I'm just so excited to get into this palette. So I already have my skin on, my bronzer, my blusher, because my blusher was cream, my bronzer is powder, but I had to do my bronzer before I did my blusher, because that's the way I like to do it. My brows and my eyeshadow primer is all on, which is all listed down below, so you can see that there. So let's jump in. Okay, so I'm going to take a 221 from MAC, which is just a skinny fluffy brush, and I'm going to take the shade Pragmatism, the deep brown here. Now I might just use this, but if I do want it to be a little bit darker, I'll pull that satin black in. I don't usually use like a satin finish in my crease, but I don't mind it. Like, it's not a big deal for me. And that's just going to go on the outer corner. Oh, that is quite dark. Oh, we might not need to use the black. I will use the black in another look though. I definitely have another look planned with that. But we're going to pull this around into the crease, give it a nice little bit of shape there, and I'm pulling it right around, just tapering it off as we get through here, because if I do a half cut crease, I will want the definition in here. That's a beautiful brown. Not really going to blend it just yet. I'm going to use another shade to blend it, a shade I'm surprisingly very excited about. Okay, now I'm going to take a 217 from MAC as well. I'm going to take Dazed. This is the one I'm very excited about. I know it's the most like uninteresting color in the palette, but for me it's very interesting, because it's kind of like a grey beige green. I don't know, it's a bit weird. It's almost like a pale khaki kind of shade, but I'm going to take that and I'm going to use that to blend out this brown. It will like neutralize it down a little bit. It'll take that heavy like redness out of the brown, which I don't mind, but I'm just going to use that to blend around the edges. It'll kind of like murky it up a little bit as well. That's a weird haze and I really like it. Just taking a little bit more of the brown again and just making sure I'm nice and intense in here. and also start feathering that out because it'll help with the gradient. So like it's kind of like there's not much of a blend, like not much of a color there to blend it, like we've just blended the brown out. But when you get up close, there is like a grey green sort of tinge off, and I really like that. I'm going to take a 214 for MAC, and we're going to take Pragmatism again, the darker brown, and I'm just going to use that along my lower lash line. Nice smoky lower lash line. So just making sure that that is all connected out here, brought it all the way across and as thick as you want it to be. So going back in with Dazed now, I'm taking this on a Real Techniques shading brush, so just like this, and I'm just going to use that to smudge out my lower lash. I love this brush for my lower lash, just to really get in there and give us the same kind of blend as what we have in the crease. Also connecting your blend out here, that's very important to give you a really nice polished sort of look. Okay, now for the most exciting bit, we're going to take our NYX glitter primer, and I cannot wait to put these shimmers on my face. So I'm going to take a BH Cosmetics number 7 rose gold brush, just a big flat brush like this, and I'm going to, I mean, I'm not fussed if it's a half cut crease or anything like that, it doesn't really bother me too much, but I'm going to do one eye at a time just to make sure I have enough stickiness for the shimmers, because I have a feeling I might get a bit of fallout from these shimmers because they are quite thick. I'm just popping the glitter primer on the lid, putting a bit of pressure down in the crease to give us that harsh edge. Okay, so using that same brush, I'm going to take green Chameleon, this one here. I think it's a duochrome. I haven't actually done my swatches for this either. This is quite literally my first impression of this palette. So this is not like the chunkiest of them all. The one I'm going to use in a second is chunkier, but I just don't want any fall down from this. So this is like a green that reflects like a bit of a teal and gold, like kind of has a bit of like a teal and a yellowy green to it. He's gonna go all across the center of the lid, just leaving that little gap kind of around the edge of the cut crease there. Okay, now we're going to take Amber Palace, which is this gorgeous like marbled speckled gold, silver, just sparkly beautifulness, and we're going to give that a little go. It's kind of a thinner for me actually. It looks chunkier in the pan than it seems to go on the brush. It's actually, I don't know if I'm going to get any fallout from this. And that's going to go on this inner part in here. Oh, look at that. Wow. Oh, you can see both colours in it as well. That's so nice. So that's kind of run along the edge of the cut crease, and then I'm just kind of feathering it across that green. Just on that inner part in here, all across here. The gold in it will actually help it blend into the green quite a bit. Okay, I'm obsessed. Like, Oden'S shimmers are so beautiful. The only thing extra I'm kind of going to do is my inner corner highlight, but before I do that, I'm going to go back in with Pragmatism, the dark brown, and just tap that over where it meets the green, just to make sure we're lovely and smoky and blended out here. Okay, last little step, the same brush I used for the kind of gold shade in here, which was a V Cosmetics little flat brush, I forgot to mention that. I'm going to take Pink Chameleon, which is the duochrome here, kind of reflects pink to like greeny gold, and yeah, we'll just see how this looks. That's such a beautiful shade. It's a bit pink like for this look. I think it's a beautiful shade, but I don't know for this look if it goes. I might go over that with a bit of my face highlight that I'm going to use, but I'll have to do the other side now. I will definitely use it in another look so I can see how it matches better with a colour maybe that does match it a little bit more. Like the green to gold shift matches perfectly, obviously, but the pink is quite strong, so I don't know if that's what's thrown me off. That is all for shadows. That was quite a quick look, and I'm obsessed. I cannot get over this look, so I'm going to jump off. I am going to do my mascara, my lashes, finish my cheeks, and do my lip, and I'll come back and let you know what I use on the rest of my face. Alrighty guys, so this is how I have finished off the look. I love this look. This is so fun and kind of a neutral look for me. But it's also like very quick. I didn't think it was actually gonna be this quick to do. I was like finished, I was like, oh, I'm done. Wow, okay, cool. So let me show you what I use on my face. Okay, to finish it, the eyes off, I didn't do any upper lash line liner for two reasons. One, I didn't feel like it, and two, I'm also in a bit of a hurry to go out. So instead I used my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, my itty bitty one in the shade Demolition. Basically matches that dark brown really well, so I just popped that in my lashes and smudged it into the shadow. My mascara is my Soap and Glory Thick and Fast mascara on my top and my bottom lashes, because that's what I'm currently using. This is my primary mascara for doing my makeup looks, and I'm using the Essence Lash Princess kind of as my everyday mascara because it's a little bit fuller. I kind of prefer that for my like everyday look, and this one I prefer like how my bottom lashes look when I'm wearing lashes on top. Speaking of my lashes, I use my LA Splash Stunner lashes. These ones here, they're on their last legs. I need to do a bit of an order to get some more of the lashes from them. I kind of want some of their classic horror ones, if they still have them. On to cheeks then. The bronzer that I already had on at the beginning was my Juvia's Place Bronze Duo in Light, and I used the lightest shade because I'm still not tan yet for this one, but I used this one. My blush then, I'm still testing this guy out and I'm really liking it so far. I think I'm going to love this when I go on holidays. This is the Made by Mitchell Blursh in the shade Peach Sugar, so I use that on my cheeks. And then as my highlighter, I did tap a tiny little bit. It didn't really make much difference on my inner corner. I used my Kaleidos Space Age highlighter in the shade Ray Rider, so just their kind of champagne-y sort of one. I use that on my cheeks to highlight. And then as far as my lip goes, I used my MAC Strip Down lip liner and a new one for me, brand spanking new, first go as well, using Yash lipstick from MAC as well, which kind of has this like almost like a golden nude sort of shade to it. I really like it. So that is the look. I love how this turned out. As I said, the shimmers in Oden's are just so beautiful and magical. They're just really twinkly and really sparkly, and just, they do so many different textures. Like some of these are more like satin metallic, some of them are satins, some of them are super sparkly, some of them are more chunky, some of them are duochromes, multi-chromes, all that kind of jazz. I'm so excited to get into this palette. That's why I'm going to be doing a 3 looks one palette with this one. That's why I didn't do a 3 looks with my Give Me Glow Bad Witch Club palette, because this one I definitely want to do a 3 looks palette with. And I'm just so excited. The mattes are stunning. I do wish that there was more mattes. There is technically only 4 mattes in this palette. I would have liked maybe 2 more just to kind of amp it up a little bit, give me a bit more option. But with the black there, I can kind of do a lot with that, although it's a satin finish with the black. I'm just really excited to use this. I cannot wait to get into more looks. And I've already planned out all my looks. That's how excited I am. I've already planned them all out. Verdict is, I love this palette. This is so beautiful. I can feel like this is going to be up there in my top kind of Oden's Eye palettes. When I finish using all of them, I think I've only got one more. Yeah, one more Oden's Eye palette that I haven't used yet. I will rank all my palettes because I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 palettes, so I might do a little ranking video of them all, and I think that'll be fun. So I want to know in the comments down below, what do you think of this look? Would you wear this kind of look? I think it's a nice way to add a bit of colour if you're more into neutrals, to add a little bit of colour and grunge to your look. It's a nice way to do it. A bit more neutral. So let me know that down below. Also let me know your thoughts on this palette if you have it yourself or if you're interested in buying it. I want to know all your thoughts down below. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support, get me around to more people, and also let me know that you like the video, and I will continue to do many more. Also hit subscribe down below to see many more coming up. We do have one more palette from Oden's Eye coming up. That's a very small little palette with a few greens in it. If you know what if you know it, you know it. And also my 3 looks on palette coming up soon with this palette, because I know you guys love a 3 looks on palette. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below, where I'll be posting all the full face pictures and up close eye pictures of this look, and my TikTok is posted down below as well, so you can go follow that for some fun random things. And I think that is everything from me, guys, so I will see you in the next video.